Hey, what's up guys, Adam here, today with a review of the Pebble Smartwatch. So, let's get started. The Pebble is a customizable, Bluetooth-enabled smartwatch that works with iPhone and Android smartphones. Before getting too far into the Pebble and its features, let's take a quick look at the design/build quality. The Pebble's watch case has a polycarbonate construction and features a 1.26-inch 144 by 168 e-paper display, and the whole thing has a glossy finish. As far as scratches, the Pebble seems pretty fragile. Every little bump seems to produce some sort of scratch on the Pebble. But, in terms of cracks, the Pebble seemed like it would hold up pretty well. Due to the large size of the bezels on the Pebble, it ends up being about 2 by 1.5 inches. This may make the watch a bit big for some people with smaller wrists, but it fit fine for me. The Pebble also comes with a changeable 22mm rubber watch band, which many complained about but I thought worked just fine. Still sort of in the design category, the Pebble features a few buttons and ports on its sides. On the left, we have the back button, as well as the magnetic charging port. To charge the watch, all you have to do is put the included cable pretty close to the Pebble and it will snap on magnetically. Then plug the other end into a USB to AC adapter or to a USB port on your computer. With only about 2 hours of charging, the Pebble lasted me about 4 to 5 days before needing to be recharged. Back to the watch. On the right side, we have the scroll up, select, and scroll down buttons for changing watch faces as well as for accessing menus and navigating through them. Demonstrated here, you can see how the up and down buttons will change the watch face, and the select button will bring up the main menu. The scroll up and scroll down buttons now allow you to scroll through different options. The select button will select an option, and you can go to the previous page with the back button. While we're in the menu, let's play around with the options and see what the Pebble can do. First off, we have the music app. This is used for changing tracks, pausing, or playing the music without ever touching your device. This is great for use with headphones or when using a dock with your device. Here are some shots of the music switcher in action. Below the music app is the alarm app. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You can set alarms on your watch. When the time comes, the Pebble will give a series of vibrations and the alarm notification will pop up temporarily. The next app is sort of pointless. It's your watch face selector. This just shows a list of the watch faces unless you select one, but I find it easier to simply scroll through your faces with the up and down buttons on the watch face screen. The last pre-installed app is Settings. Here you can change things such as the Bluetooth, the date and time, the display options, and you can shut down your Pebble from here or do a factory reset. The last apps in the menu are some third-party apps that I'll get to a little later in the review. But how do you get all these features to work? Well, you have to connect it to your phone via the Pebble app. Setup is pretty easy, just a few steps to follow and then you're done. If you want to see how to do this, check out my Pebble unboxing video, which is on the screen right now. Once you're connected to the phone, you're good to go for a little while. Every now and then the Pebble will randomly disconnect and you'll have to do the finger dance to get it working again. The finger dance is a term made on the Pebble online forums and just means that you have to go to your notification settings and toggle the show on lock screen switch for every app you want to get notifications from. Honestly, this is pretty annoying and was a hassle to do every time the Pebble got out of range or randomly disconnected. Now let's dive a bit deeper into the Pebble app. Not only is it used for setup, but it's also for managing all of your watch faces or apps and installing new ones. Tapping the wrench icon will bring up a list of all of the installed watch faces and apps, and you can either rearrange them or delete them from here. Tapping Discover Pebble will bring up some information about apps that are compatible with Pebble and where you can find additional third-party faces and apps to download. Tapping Select Watch Apps will bring up the Pebble official watch faces and apps you can download to your Pebble. To install one, you can simply tap it and wait a few seconds, then check your wrist to find the newly installed app. One pretty cool app to download is the classic snake game. You use the side buttons to control the snake, and you can play all you want. Sometimes, while installing apps, an error message, as seen here, will show up, or the app will crash. Now, as you can see, the snake game is in the list of apps and is playable right on your wrist. Something to note about third-party apps is they don't always work properly, and sometimes they'll do this. It can be resolved by switching back and forth to that watch face again, but it's just something to take note of. One of the newer features for the Pebble is the email account connectivity. Through the Pebble app, you can add email addresses you would like to get notifications for. This feature is kind of gimmicky. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes all of your emails from the past hour or so will come at once and make a vibration attack on your wrist. The last thing in the Pebble app is the status and testing section. This is where you can check the status of your Pebble and send test SMS messages and phone calls to the Pebble to see how they will appear. From here you can also contact Pebble support with any issues you may have. To see some different demo notifications, you can check out my Pebble unboxing video, which is on the screen now. Here I send some test SMS and Twitter notifications. That covers almost everything about the Pebble, and here's my final verdict. It's a nice product, but you can definitely tell it's in its early stages. It has lots of room for improvement. I think the construction could be a little better, and I think adding a microphone would be a really nice feature. Also, the back button would be sticky sometimes and hard to press. Lastly, the notifications had trouble at times where they would just stop working and I had to tinker around to get the issue resolved. So, should you buy the Pebble at the cost of $150? In my opinion, it's definitely worth the investment, despite its minor flaws. That's the end of the review, but now I'll go through my favorite Pebble accessories. First up is the Smartwatch Pro app for iOS and Pebble. I published a review of this app, so I won't be going into too much detail, but it basically can just show you calendar events, Twitter feeds, reminders, and more right on your wrist. It's currently available in the App Store for $3.99, and the link is in the description. The next one is called Pebble Snap, and it's an app that allows you to use the Pebble as a camera remote for your iPhone. The app lets you take pictures and also gives you the ability to change cameras or change the flash mode. It's in the App Store for $2.99, and the link will be in the description. The third and fourth items in the list are Pebble stands. This first one is the Wedge Dock, a solid wood, handmade Pebble watch stand. The Pebble will easily slide into the dock without the need to be strapped or adjusted. It also has a slot for putting the charger when you're charging your Pebble in the stand. This is a pretty nice stand and can be purchased from $11 to $17. The link will be in the description. The next stand is a 3D printed stand called the Upright. It feels like a pretty sturdy plastic and is available in a variety of colors. It holds the Pebble just as well as the Wedge Dock, but the one downside is that the charger does not have a place to go. However, just hanging down the charger isn't too big of a deal. This can be purchased for around $30, and the links will be in the description. The last accessory in this video will be the Pebble skins from Gadget Wraps. Again, I published a review of these, so I won't be going into too much detail, but they're basically just adhesive skins that stick onto the Pebble to give it scratch protection and customization. These go for about $9 each, and I'll put the link in the description. Well, I think it's about time to finish up this Pebble review. If you enjoyed this review or it was helpful to you, please hit that like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.